Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. And first off, I want to apologise just in case for my voice. I'm still getting over a cold. It's pretty fucking awful. But I have to keep going. I have to keep recording, ladies and gentlemen. So in the last part, we basically did a load of social link stuff. And now pretty much what we're doing is we are now waiting for what's her face, Futaba, to wake up so she can deal with waiting for Futaba to wake up so we can so she can deal with Medjed and all that kind of shit. So we're going to be doing a load more social link stuff while we wait for kind of everything to kind of kick back into gear. And we're starting off with Kawakami. So basically, these are the famous guardians that she's been on about of the student who kind of got killed, and she kind of got blamed for his death. And this is the first time we really get to see what they're about. First time we get to see them. And so yeah, pretty much these guys are just this is kind of the moment. Is at this point where it's kind of like, yeah, these guys are fucking assholes. These guys are jackasses. We're gonna have to, deal with them at some point. We're gonna have to change their hearts a little bit because they are just complete and utter tools. So this is kind of the first time where it's where you kind of meet them, and where it's kind of clear that she's being treated too. That she's been treated badly, unfairly by these couple of jackasses who are just, basically trying to extort every bit of, every penny they can out of her because of how guilty she feels about what happened to their adoptive son. Yeah, it's kind of here that she's just like, yeah, she's pushing herself way too hard to try and get this money, and we're going to have to try and do something about it. So yeah, we're going to have to deal with these pricks.
All right.
But it's going to be a while, yeah. Super housekeeping. So she can now make curry or infiltration tools for you. Basically, it just means that you can go off and do other stuff while she can make curry and also make infiltration tools for her. So you can basically say, oh, come over, make infiltration tools for me, make curry. It's basically when you go to where you go to make the curry, basically you have the option of choosing Kawakami to do it for you. And basically she does it, and then you go off and do something else to make better use of your time. And at the same time, so you can go off and do that, and it just makes, it just means it's basically another way of multitasking and making multitasking a bit easier. Anyway, this is a new thing which I didn't encounter in my first playthrough, but I think it's because we're now in romantically in a relationship with Ann. Basically, you get options to kind of just hang out with them. It's not, it doesn't really improve anything or change anything. It's just a nice little bit of character stuff, I suppose. And it gives us the option of going to the Meiji Shrine, which we can then use for other people to kind of boost up their social link ranks with us and get them going faster. So it's useful. I also think it's a bit of a character thing because, oh, look who it is.
Is that so?
And I think this changes as well depending on who's, you know, because Takemi is another one that's maxed out. 'Cause Takemi is another one that's maxed out, so I think it's like once you've got some characters maxed out, their social link stats and all that kind of thing, then it can be them who kind of, then, you know, depending on who's maxed out, it changes who turns up to these things. So it's kind of a nice, cool thing. My apologies. Stupid cough. So there we go. Now she knows how to pray. Yeah, okay. Let's move on, shall we? Of course, Takemi's maxed out as well for us. Right. So yeah, I think this is the first time. No, it isn't actually. It's wait a minute. Yes, it would be the first time that Anne has met Dr. Takemi because when we first brought Futaba back, yes, I think it was me and the main character and Makoto who kind of meet and call upon Dr. Takemi to kind of help us out, see if she's all right. But none of the other characters were involved in that, so this would be the first time that Anne meets her as well. Anyway, it's time for more social link stuff. So we spoke with Takemi. This is the this is the last one with Takemi for a little while. I think because the same thing happens with Sojiro, is that you start off your social link and you get it up to a certain rank, and then you can't really improve on his social link. Sorry. You can't improve his social link any further until until Futaba's back up and running and you've started her social link. Same thing here, where she kind of where Takemi here is fucking hell, Kawakami is kind of at her wit's end and it's basically like, I have to. So she needs to. So she's basically having the idea of, maybe I should just quit my maid's job and my teacher's job and get something else, which is, you know, better paid, so I can start paying off this debt more easily. And so she kind of goes off and kind of talks to you about it and decides, well, you know, I'm gonna basically thinks, you know, says that pretty much that she's gonna think about it. And so she kind of goes away for a little while, and you can't really do her social links with her because obviously to do that you have to call her up at the the maid place. But as she's not there, you can't actually, you know, call upon her, so you can't really progress her social link any further for a little while. So it kind of slows down the progression of the social link. So she's kind of, no, I refuse to pay them any more money. I'm just gonna, you know, quit being a teacher. I'm going to say, you know, fuck it all, and I'm going to do something else. So she's going to go away for a while. So this will be the last time we do a social link part with her. And then the next one. So obviously the next time the social link comes up, rank 9, that is when we can, you know, go into mementos and kind of deal with the Takessis. Yeah, whatever. Fuck. So yeah, so she's going to go speak with them and try and deal with them. And so we're not going to be able to do social link stuff with her for a little while. I don't know how long it's going to take. it might be till after the Futaba stuff's kind of got going again, but we'll wait and see. Can't really do anything about that at the moment, so. Something that's been kind of interesting is that at this section, I've been actually cutting out a lot more stuff because, you know, I've just been dealing, you know, because, like, a lot of the social links I'm kind of wrapping up quite quickly. And, you know, the other ones are kind of, they have stop and start kind of points. So there's been a lot more, you know, there's less stuff that I've been able to just go through. You know what I mean? Like, I've had to cut stuff out a lot more, which is a bit of a pain. But it does mean that the you know, the parts are getting shorter. I guess it's not the biggest issue in the world, but whatever. Anyway, we're back with Yoshida. Okay. So this guy's going to be running for his granddad's seat in the next election. It's the same one that Yoshida's going to be going out for, and basically he wants him. He basically just said here Benzo wants Yoshida to basically run his campaign for him and help him to win. I think it's just a ploy. I think it's just, you know, trying to get him, and I think he just sees Yoshida and our character here as you know, a potential threat to him not getting the seat in Parliament, and so he just wants to kind of stop Yoshida from running and kind of get him out of the way. You know, so I don't think that, you know, we'll see what happens with Yoshida, but I wouldn't. If I were him, I'd tell him to fuck off. I'm very discreet. I'm a criminal after all. I hate that name. These names are so awful. The Liberal Co-Prosperity Party. Jesus Christ. Promoter children. Fucking hell. So yeah, he's basically trying to talk us into. He's basically trying to talk Yoshida into, you know, to start running for the seat. Basically, he wants, you know, he's basically left the main party. Sorry, fucking hell, my brain's gone. But anyway, basically, yeah. So he's. Short story is that Benzo is seceded from the main party and basically wants to take control of it. He wants to get Yoshida out of the way, so he wants to kind of get him on side. But Yoshida's like, dude, we're not. My belief system is so different from what you would want. So even though, you know, you've got the money, you've got the ability to run, and I've got very little chance of winning, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself. And it's kind of happened from both sides, because we've had Matsushita come in as well and try and kind of talk us out of running, kind of joining one party, and he's kind of talking us into joining the other.
All right.
So it's just not going very well. So, you know, it's all about us kind of staying true to our message and just. I like the message of Yoshida's kind of social link of kind of like him kind of being like.
All right.
He's been involved in party politics and got screwed over because of it, and so he just wants to make the world a better place and become elected and governed by his own belief system. You know. which I kind of like. I like that a lot. Okay, so now we're going to the Gigolo Arcade. That's a name and a half. Yeah, so this is where you can find Ryuji when you're outside of school hours. You can find him in the arcade. We're going to finish off... sorry. We're going to finish off Ryuji's social link today. And get his maxed out persona.
After some training. By the way, the track team's up and running again. Yamauchi got taken down pretty.
I will say that there is a lot of love put into the the bowls of food that they put into this game. It does look good. I am pretty impressed. My apologies. Keep sniffing.
Our old coach is filling in for now.
Cold.
Man, it serves that dick right.
So yeah, we know a bit of an update on what's going on with the track team. Old coach is put back into position, and now the track team is back together, so they can go off and do what they wanted to do in the first place. So that's awesome. And Ryuji is happy just being out of the way.
That was awesome.
My apologies. And now the food's gone. Look at that.
Scared of facing those guys straight up.
That was quick.
I couldn't stand how much they hated me. It only just made me think of how stupid I was. Most of all, made me remember how I lost my place with him.
Well, Ryuji, you do have a track record of stupidity. But to be fair, it was pretty dumb to kind of try and knock out your teacher. Even if you did break your leg, I mean, that's kind of, that's bullshit, but fuck. Probably not the best idea to punch him in the face.
It's funny, huh? This started out as us.
Don't worry about it, Ryuji. I'll always be by your side until I have to go back.
Either way,
until I have to go back home.
If anything comes
Then you
up,
can fuck yourself.
tell me. I'll help you with whatever you need.
We're now bros. Now officially best buds. And that is it. We have now fully completed Ryuji's social link, which I think in my first playthrough, yes, I did max out his social link in that playthrough as well. It was kind of it's tricky, I'll say that. It's tricky to get the social links kind of... I didn't get all of them maxed out. I really didn't get all of them maxed out. This is something I would have liked as well. I would have liked the option to romance the same-sex characters. I just think it would have made sense to put that in Persona 5. Maybe the next game. And this is his new kind of a... This is pretty awesome. It's kind of like the Chinese god that... Saiten Tesai. His kind of design is kind of, I think, similar to Sun Wukong, I think it is. Kind of who, Son Goku was based on. The guy with the monkey tail with a giant pole riding around on a crowd. Son of a bitch. Riding around a cloud. I think it's based on that kind of design, but with a biker motif. It's kind of awesome, actually. Increases chance. So yeah, evade wind. It's the, it's good for. That's pretty good for avoiding the weaknesses. I think that's the strongest. Evade as well. But anyway, that's it for this part of Persona 5. Join me next time. Next time we're going to be doing more social link stuff. Because we've got a few parts to go before story kicks back in. So I'll see you next time for more social links in the next part of Persona 5. See you next time.